Welcome to UpWell The Podcast. I'm Sarah, and this is my beautiful co-host, Katie. As fellow female entrepreneurs turned friends and now business partners, we are so happy you're here.
With every episode, it is our sole purpose to share authentic conversations to inspire your personal level up. Take our curiosity, add your best intentions, and flow with us in the UpWell.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of UpWell The Podcast. I'm Sarah. This is Katie, and we are happy to have you.
Welcome, everybody. We have another special guest today. A local entrepreneur is with us. She is a multi-business owner. She is so hilarious. She has some of the best aesthetic style of anybody I know. She is a wife, a mother, and she is a friend of mine, Miss Amanda.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. So, Amanda, you are, as I said, a multi-business owner. So, how many businesses first do you own?
I own two.
You own two. Okay. Were you a realtor at one point as well?
I still am licensed. My license is just like in holding.
Okay.
So I'm still associated with Coldwell Banker, but she's just sleeping right now.
She's just taking a little rest.
You're a little busy. Understandable.
Taking a little rest. So as a multi-business owner, tell us a little bit about the businesses that you own and kind of how they came to be.
I own Brio Beauty Bar in Mantino.
Mm-hmm.
We have been open since 2017.
Okay.
In 2016, I started working at the salon, and we had a great group of girls, and we found out very last minute that the salon was going to no longer be a thing. And me being me, I'm like, well, what can I do? So I ended up purchasing the salon, and I was like 29 years old. I had zero intentions of owning a salon at the time. Had tiny kids, but it was just a thing that happened, and it's been going good ever since. There's been a lot of ups and downs and COVID and all of the things in between, but we're at a great space now. And
yeah, because you recently just moved to a new space.
We just moved, so we're a salon and suites now. We have 4 suites. We have 2 stations for booth rent, and then like a great little open area. So,
which I'll be teaching some yoga after the first of the year in that open space, so which we'll have more details on later. So tell us, how did you come up with the name Brio? Because you have some of the best names for your businesses.
So I knew I wanted beauty bar because there was no other beauty bars in the area. It wasn't like a salon or, company. Like I just wanted something different. I wanted beauty bar. And I liked the idea of having 3 B's.
Okay.
So I looked up words that start with B, and I saw Brio, and the meaning is with vigor or vivacity of your performance. And I feel like when you're doing hair. Yep.
I like that. Yes. Yeah.
Well, and I feel like that's so telling, just you finding out that the salon was going to close, and then you're like, oh, I'll just go ahead and buy this. That shows a lot of vigor. That's like a cool word that you found,
Yeah, it's very fitting for kind of the transformation of how it came to be yours too. So, and then within Brio, you have a line within Brio of something that you've created.
Yes, I have Brio Luxe hair care and extensions. The extension line came first. We were doing a lot of extensions. We weren't loving any company. Like we didn't really have like a go-to brand that we liked. And I kind of played with a couple of different wholesale distributors, found one that we liked. Don't get me wrong, there were issues within that too, but things have since improved. And then we were like, well, what about hair care? Because you shouldn't use this on the extensions, and this is bad for it. And you're trying to tell your clients all of the things, and then you can't list everything that you shouldn't use, and then you have people that are mad at you, whatever. So then I did research on wholesale products and branding within my own business. So
nice.
That's the route that I took. So that's still alive and kicking. She's,
Yeah.
Doing good.
No, one of the times you came in to see me, her hair was like down to her waist.
I was just gonna say, the last time I saw a picture of you, your hair was really long, and then when you walked in today, I was like, oh, cute, I love this.
Yeah, no, but that's you had the extensions in prior, right?
I had extensions in on and off for the last like 5 years, and like 8 months ago, I was like, I need a break.
Yeah,
like I have to do something different. And my hair was like down here, but it was like not good because it was just like, oh, my hair will grow and do its thing and I'll ignore it.
Right.
But then I was like, I'm over this. My hair looks like trash. Like I just chopped it all the way.
I did that a couple of years ago.
And I feel like it's like the best that it's ever been. So
perfect.
just rolling with that.
Perfect. Now you are the former owner or you are the owner of the former boutique, the Beat Boutique, but now you are.
I was a co-owner at Beat.
Yep.
And now I own Edit and Piatone.
Okay.
And Edit wouldn't be a thing without Beat. I didn't have those connections.
Right.
It was, everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
I am thankful for all of my experiences and the past and everything that has happened. And yeah, moving forward in Edit and
so tell us a little bit about Edit. Tell us a little bit about Edit. Like, is it?
So it is still Western, trendy fashion.
Okay.
Also with a little bit of comfort mixed in. Like I want to make sure that I'm appealing to all ages.
Okay.
And kind of fitting in with the town. Like I said, it's a small town. I love the little hometown feel and vibe. And I wanted the clothing to fit and add to their community.
I like that. So are you the only boutique up there in that area? Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. So you're kind of like the
Lone Ranger.
They wrote a little article about Edit, and I think it was in the Vedette, and that's their little local paper thing. And they said that there hasn't been a boutique in 30 years.
What?
Wow.
So it's their first clothing in a long time.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I'm sure you hold a lot of pride in that. And I am an avid boutique shopper because I'm really against fast fashion and just, like, what are those brands? Temu and Shein. And, if it's $5 on the internet, why is that t-shirt $5? Or why is that pair of pants $7? Like, I don't know. There's just something, there's a lot of fishy things going on there. So I love shopping. Well, 100%. That's like, if I need to get rid of this after the fact, I will buy it. Yeah. But it's like, I love the fact that I can go to these small local owned boutiques and, know the owner, know that they have my interests in their thoughts, like you just said, you're bringing to the community what you think that demographic would enjoy and that they're going to come shop for. And I think that's so awesome. As a business owner, you're not just thinking about yourself, obviously, and like making money, and obviously it's going to come back to you full circle because you are thinking about it will. Go shop.
It will. So one of the things about Amanda is her aesthetic is so unique. And when I went into Brio recently to kind of check out the space for teaching yoga, she has just this vision of a style that is just so uniquely yours, and it's so innate. And you told me a little bit about how that came to be and how you did kind of like, what was it called, a past life, or you did something with like
that's another episode. I've done that too. We should talk.
But you told me about like how you kind of like had to tap into like some almost like subconscious thinking to pull out like your true style.
Yeah.
Explain that a little bit.
So I feel like a lot of times, and this is kind of like everybody, like we get stuck in like, what is trendy? What is cool? How am I going to make everybody else happy? And I had to like sit back and think like, what do I like? And what are the things that I want to see? And I wanted it to be different, and I wanted it to be set apart. Every salon right now, and there's nothing wrong with this, they're beautiful, but it's like tans and grays and dried grass and arches and circles, and I love all of that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate all kinds of design and aesthetic and all of it, but I didn't want, like, what was going to set me apart? I didn't want it to look like every other salon. So I really just had to think like, what do I want to see? And we have like Welcome to the Jungle with leaves hanging on the wall and
Aren't there skulls in your bathroom?
Yeah, there's skulls in the bathroom. I'm like, what is that animal on my wallpaper? And
wasn't it a leopard?
Leopard,
yeah, it was a leopard.
Like not a tiger. It wasn't stripes. Yeah,
but she's got this collage wall when you first walk into the salon that is kind of this montage of like 80s and 90s, like just awesomeness that makes you kind of nostalgic. And that, you know, and I feel like people sometimes gravitate towards like the 70s, or it's real mod and real simplistic. But then there's Amanda, who's kind of just pulled in this like 80s, 90s vibe that is just so beautiful, and it's colorful and it's vibrant, and it's just, it just makes you happy when you go in there. And I love it. I love how
I want people to feel happy and like welcomed.
Yeah.
Everywhere they go.
Yeah. And I haven't been in the Edit boutique yet. Yeah. So tell us, how did you come up with the name Edit?
So it was obviously a little different change going on in my life, and I was really at like a standstill. Like, what do I do? Do I keep the beat name? Do I move on? Like, I really didn't know what to do. And everything that I kept seeing or that I needed to do to move forward was to edit. I had to edit the name. I had to edit the pictures. I had to edit. And I feel like within your life, like, you have to edit your life. So I was in total edit mode in my life, and that's just how it came to be.
Perfect.
I love that, and I love that I like the analogy, because we've talked about it so many times with almost every single one of our guests, but it's so true that you have to keep like learning and evolving and changing and pivoting, whatever you want to say, but I like the word edit. But that is life. Like, it's never just a straight trajectory. Like, you know, you started beauty school and you didn't think you were going to be a salon owner. No. You didn't think you were going to probably own a boutique someday. You didn't think you were going to come up with your own line of hair extensions, you know, and it's like all those things that came about because you had to turn a different direction and change something, you know?
My tagline is edit, evolve, elevate.
Oh, yeah. Mwah, to that. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, triple E. You like alliteration.
Yeah.
I call that type A.
I like it. Yep. So what are some pros and cons of, you know, being an entrepreneur, and what's your favorite part about it? What's your favorite part? What's your least favorite part of the entrepreneurial world? We're all entrepreneurs sitting here. We each own our own businesses. And so we always like to hear what others have to say.
I feel like a pro is that you do have time freedom. But that's also the con, because 100%. When are you actually free? I never stop working. I wake up at 2:00 in the morning and I'm like, oh, you know, I can do this really fast, like on my phone, which is also terrible. But like, I don't stop. But in my brain, nobody's telling me that I have to come to work at 9 a.m. and that I have to clock out at 5. So I'm free.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the same sentiments when it comes to entrepreneurship and owning a business. It's like, yay, I don't have to go to a brick and mortar, but I also get up at 4:30 and give myself 1 hour of my time to start my day. And then it's like off to the races, and I'm answering emails at 8:00 at night. And
the kids are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, sorry.
Mommy loves you.
No. I can't keep opening businesses. I'm so sorry.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Aside from the flexibility, what are some other pros of, you know, being an entrepreneur, being a female entrepreneur, being a multi-business owner, any of those?
I feel like just in life in general, I really want to help people, almost to like a fault, but I do. And I feel like being able to create jobs and stuff like in the community, that's super important to me. And like creating a space that they love too. I always say, like, if I do an interview or something, I'm like, I don't want a boss. Like, I don't want to boss anybody. I don't want to tell you what to do. I don't want you to feel like micromanaged. I want you to feel welcome and like this is your space too. And I feel like that's not super common. Like, most people are like delegating what people should do.
And it probably helps you, honestly, find better, higher caliber people and people that are more willing to either evolve or, and stay with you longer, because they appreciate, you expect a standard of them, but you aren't going to be hovering over them or, telling them what to do every second.
Right. It's definitely had its pros and cons. I mean, like with anything, there's people that need micromanaged and they want it. And then there's people that, love it and stay forever. And they're like, the grass isn't greener on the other side. I don't know why people are mad at you or, so it's definitely had pros and cons.
And I'm sure that's a con of owning a business anytime is when you can't make somebody happy.
Yeah.
Whether that's a client or someone that works for you.
And that got learned right away. Yeah. I can't make everybody happy. Doesn't mean I don't try.
Right.
But I can't.
Yeah. And another thing I think kind of understanding as well is you can't make everybody happy, but also not everybody's going to like you.
No.
As well. And those are similar, but they're very different things as well. And kind of being able to embrace both of those gives you a lot of freedom in terms of like accountability with, okay, I know not everybody's going to like the Western style. Not everybody's going to want, the hair extensions. Not everybody's going to want, kind of that vibe, but you're putting you out there.
Yep.
And putting you out there attracts your vibe.
Yes.
And attracts your tribe. That frequency is going to attract who wants it. So I love that you just keep doing you.
I love all of what you just said.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on, or what are your feelings on some of the best marketing tools? I know there's obviously social media is like huge right now, but have you found, just because you're local, do you feel like word of mouth is better? Not better or worse, but tell me your thoughts on, how you grow and scale your personal businesses.
I feel like social media, honestly, is just the biggest thing right now. And I have days that I'm like, I just want to delete my social media. And then I'm like, but what would happen to my business if I did? Now, Brio is at a point, like, it's doing amazing on its own. I don't have to be on social media every 5 minutes and posting anymore, but I did. And I did it for years and years. And I'm finally to a point that I'm like, it's fine if I don't post for 6 weeks because people don't care. Like, I mean, they want to see our work and stuff, but they already know that we're there. We're established. The stylists are established. So,
and the stylists probably each have their own.
They do. And then they each have their own word of mouth. And so that is good. But now I have like the boutique and it's in a new location and there were changes and people are like, what is going on? And why is this happening? And where are you at? What's happening next? So I feel like right now with that, it's like a constant, I have to be posting. I have to let people know that I'm still here and I'm open and what time I'm open. So it's like a constant thought. Word of mouth in a small town has been good, but I'm still like, I had somebody walk by like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that this was here. Like, she lives in town and she's like, I don't really go down this road. And I'm like, well, do you have social media? And she said, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so like, how do you find out about things? And she's like, I don't. Like, my friends tell me. Yeah. So it is word of mouth, but like where are people learning it from usually goes back to social media.
Yeah. Now with your social media, where do you find your inspiration for kind of like the content that you post, or even kind of just your inspiration for kind of keeping things fresh within your business?
Yeah. How do you stay inspired to continue to post?
Yes.
Good question, because some days I'm like, I can't do this.
And I think we all hit that. We all hit that.
If you don't see my face for a while and it's just like pictures of the store or like flat lays, I'm probably not feeling it. And I'm like, maybe not my best self. So I'm just going to like.
That's her tell.
Fake it until you make it kind of thing. And then like, oh, she's back. She snapped out.
Feeling good again.
I get a lot of inspiration though from other boutiques and like seeing them keep going is like inspiring because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is not for the faint of heart. I don't know that I'd ever want to be a brick and mortar business owner because of all of the challenges. You know, being an entrepreneur or like a solopreneur is one thing, and running your business online, and it's difficult, but the reach is so much exponentially greater, you know, even through social media or email lists or whatever.
Yes.
But that being confined to a space, you know, a building, it's like you really have to depend on the community and word of mouth and just showing face, you know, you being an active participant in whatever is going on, you know, almost all the time. So,
and in a new community, you know, so it's like a community that you don't live in. So,
and then I'm learning, like, I mean, I have been to Piatone, but like I wasn't a part of the community ever. Like, I didn't do their community things. I don't even, you know, they have like an annual Christmas in the village or
I don't know what it's called, but
Christmas in the village. And I didn't know anything about it, but it's huge. Like
it's like Mantino Oktoberfest.
Yes. And I had no idea. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is new.
Yeah.
But yeah, learning all of those things and learning like when are people out? The town is dead until noon. Like people, you don't see people on the streets.
The coffee shop, maybe.
Maybe down by the coffee shop, but like 2nd Street, nothing. No one. They're all sleeping. Like
perfect.
And then all of a sudden, it's like boom. There's people, and they're going next door, and they're eating, and then everything comes to life.
Yeah.
So
very interesting.
I'm a morning person, so I'm like there at 10 a.m. I'm like, where's the people? Like, we're not being open at 10 a.m. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I've actually never been to that area of Piatone. Like I've driven through Piatone, but like
we'll have to go shop.
I didn't even know Piatone had like a little downtown area. Like
it's cute.
So cute.
It is so cute.
Is it cute like Mantino cute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have like crystal shop. They've got a coffee shop.
What?
The coffee shop is delicious.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Also, my dog groomer is there. Shout out to Emma. I love her. Yeah, so like that's all I did downtown was drop my dog off to the groomer and then
get a coffee,
pick her up, grab a coffee. Like you know, I didn't
necessities.
I didn't know about the other things, and like came on delicious food.
Awesome. I'm learning lots today. Yeah. I haven't been up there.
There's an eye doctor across the street. Didn't know that was a thing.
Okay.
There's a tattoo shop.
I did know there was a tattoo shop. I don't remember who the owner of that is because I also think I know them.
It's called Midtone.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't realize that there was so much happening.
I think that's a big revival that's happening everywhere in the country right now. Is like the small town downtown revival, you know, and it's like, yes, it's so cool to see because I feel like I see pictures of like when my grandparents were young and it was hopping. Everything was, you know, no matter what it was, whether it's like offices of some sort or, you know, stores of some kind. And it's like that just kind of went away because all these big box stores kind of took over. And I'm sure you probably see that too on both sides of it. There's hair cuttery and sports clips and all those like fast haircut, you know, service places. And then the same thing with the invent of malls, you know, and then and then some of the bigger stores like Walmart, Target, blah, 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 whatever. Now they have like full on clothing lines, you know, like A New Day or whatever that's called, you know, but I think it's so cool to see people like you that are willing to kind of take the problem head on, you know, and bring that back to the communities because it's so good. Like you said, you're creating jobs, you're giving the economy, you're stimulating the economy in the area and just reviving the town itself. So that's awesome.
And the owners of the building did amazing. I mean, if you look at the before and after pictures, they're actually like in my Instagram highlights. It's insane the project that they took on. And they made my space so beautiful. Like I told them what I wanted, how I wanted it to look and everything, and they like went for it. And it is like, I'm so thankful for that. I've never had a building owner do something like that for me before. And like so appreciative because if you would have walked in, I mean, I tiptoed. I was like, we're going to put what here? Like, clothes? Like there was a whole kitchen that had to come out.
And it was
like,
what was the building before?
I guess it's been a lot of things. Actually, this is a super cool story. I had a lady comment on one of my posts, and she asked if it had 2 steps out front, and I was like, yeah, it does. And she said, my grandfather owned the building from 1922 to 1946, and it was a pharmacy. And I was like, I love that. Like, if you have pictures or copies of pictures, like, I would love to have that history hanging up. So hopefully she can find something, but I think that's so cool. I guess it's been a photography studio, though. It's been a pizza place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was probably where the kitchen came into play in the back.
Okay.
That would be really cool if you could get your hands on all the pictures of everything that it's been.
I know.
And kind of.
I love that. If anybody's listening,
Yeah.
please. I love that.
Because that would be such a cool, like, walk down, history lane or whatever.
Yes.
If you went into the building and you somehow put up everything that space had been, in its
I'm
past.
all about that.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
so cool.
The past. I love history. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think too, your ability to kind of make it aesthetically pleasing as well, but still tell a story would be almost like a beautiful tribute to the space that you're in, kind of giving it that energy of just kind of everything that it's already gone through.
And like when I say that the owners made changes and made it so beautiful, they made sure to keep the amazing things intact. Like I still have the tin ceiling from 100 years ago. Like the wood floors were refinished
but the original,
they're original. And then they took, like in the kitchen, what was the kitchen area? Like they took all that stuff off the walls, and the exposed brick is gorgeous. And instead of covering that back up, like they patched holes in it. I mean, I love that. Went back to like reviving the town. Like, they really like did an amazing job of it.
I'm so excited for you in this new venture because how long have you been open now? Up there?
Not even a month, like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. And it's going good and everything so far? Awesome.
It's not completely finished. I'm not going to lie. There's still stuff that needs done, but it's shoppable and it's cute.
Perfect.
So,
yep. Perfect. You build as you go. You edit as you go.
Edit as you go. What are some tips that you have for anybody who is looking to kind of start their own business of sorts, whether it's a hair salon, a boutique, or anything? What are some starting points that you could give for people? Some tips.
Well, don't be scared, because like any ounce of fear and you're not going to move forward. And it is scary, but like if you're taking the leap, take the leap and do it. Like don't look back. And you might be doing the same thing as somebody else, but do not look at them as your competition. Your competition is you, and that's it. And
I like that you say that, because I think there could be, Sarah and I could each open up a boutique, and we might even kind of have similar things, but we're going to tell that story differently.
Right.
Our story is from our perspective and from our life experiences. And no one has our heart. No one has our vision. No one is seeing inside of our mind's eye of what we're envisioning for the space or for the business. So I really like that you point that out, that just because somebody else is doing it, nobody's going to do it how you do it.
Nope.
Ever.
It'll never be the same.
Yeah, I don't believe in market saturation. I think there's plenty of space for everyone
to do whatever they want. Yep. Agreed. Now, where can people find you online?
Right now, my social media is edit.theboutique on Instagram, and then Edit the Boutique on Facebook. At Brio Beauty Bar is our Instagram, Brio Beauty Bar on Facebook. And I'm working on a website for Edit. I really wanted to have that be a thing before the holidays, but time. The lack of it. But yeah, I am working on that, so hopefully that will be
Will people be able to do a little online shopping with that?
Awesome.
Beautiful. I think that'll
offer like local pickup and things like that.
Well, we are also working on a little website. So once ours gets up and yours gets up, we can definitely, put a little link on there and maybe throw them a discount code or something, and we can, kind of team up that way to spread the love, because your style, like I said, your style is so unique and so just kind of, it's fresh, but it's not so outlandish, you know,
Right.
that it's people are gonna be like, what in the world is that person wearing? You know, like
I want it to be wearable trendy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, still comfortable.
Right. And I think you've nailed that.
I don't want people to walk in and say, I love this, but where would I wear it to?
Correct. And that's what I love about your style, is that it's different, and you're going to be the only person wearing that outfit, but people aren't gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
Where are they from?
Yeah.
You know, but they might be like, where did she get that? I love that, you know, because it's so different. You know, it's, again, not going to Target and buying something and then going out somewhere and somebody's got the same sweater on as you, because you both went to Target and you got the same sweater. So that's what I love about that. So anything else? Any other tips? Anything for